Alright, dudes, let's talk about Upward. Wait. Alright, guys, let's talk about Uphill. No, that's not the title. About Downward. Shit, that's not the title either. Let's talk about Downhill, which is the title of this movie, and it took me 3 different tries to figure out the name of this movie. This came out in theaters, and nobody knows about this movie at all. It is a movie starring Will Ferrell and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and they are a couple that are older and have kind of fallen out of each other, and Will Ferrell walks away when an avalanche happens with his family for no reason, and then the mom is so angry, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and it just makes it worse on their behalf. And that's the story of Downhill. And Downhill is one of those movies that, again, nobody knows about. It had not been marketed. It is from now Searchlight Pictures, not Fox Searchlight. It's Searchlight now because Disney bought Fox. And this is apparently a winner at some film festivals based on the trailer. And again, I knew nothing about this movie before going into it. I just knew it's at theaters. I'm going to go see it. I'm going to review it. And I'll give it this. I'll give it the positives to this movie first. I really think that Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Will Ferrell are good in these performances. I think that they really sell these performances.
The kids were screaming because it felt like we were gonna die.
And they're both actors that are really based on comedic roles, and this is not really comedic. I mean, there's a couple moments that are meant to be humor, but this is more in all a dramedy. And acting wise, really, really good. Like both of them, I think, are really great in this movie, and I like seeing them doing a serious role, even though they've done serious roles before, but I like seeing them do more serious roles. And that's the only thing in this movie that I thought was the best thing about it. The rest of the movie was just whatever. It's like they just complain the whole movie at each other, and they're both falling out of love. And that's pretty much it. And there's some humorous moments with other side characters. And basically that's all you can say about this movie. But it's a movie where I watched it and I was sitting there with these characters like they're not very interesting. I get why she's mad at him for walking away during an avalanche, but it's just a movie that's really forgettable. The first 30 minutes I was sitting there like, oh my god, this is like I cannot watch any more of this. It is so boring and so uninteresting. But then we get to some good moments of acting in the movie, and the acting is the thing in the movie that I appreciated. But the movie, besides that, is really nothing. There's not much else that I could say that's interesting or great about it. I think that, again, the 2 performances are good, and that's pretty much it. There's not much else. It's just pretty run-of-the-mill, falling out of love couple, and it doesn't really go anywhere from there. It's just they keep getting worse. The movie just makes it worse and worse. But it's a movie that's not great. And it's something, it reminds me of Marriage Story, just because Marriage Story, I watched this last year pretty recently, and this is way worse than Marriage Story. I mean, this movie's fine. It's not awful, but it's not great. But Marriage Story was great. And this movie is just really a middling movie with 2 good performances, but pretty much everything else is really forgettable. Hey guys, if you like this video, consider checking out my other content. I review a majority of films that are pretty recent, and also older films, and mostly horror as well. Horror is my favorite genre, so I expect a lot of horror. And check out all my links down below. I have a link to Patreon, I have a link to Instagram, link to Twitter, link to my Facebook group, Horror Enthusiast 101, and to my own personal Facebook page, CDR Movie Reviews. And thanks for watching.